Alright. Last time we were here, we made it all the way to the Four Kinks, but unfortunately, we did not win. We're gonna win this time, though. I can feel it in my bones. My poor powderized, exploded bones. I am half tempted to go back into the game, of course, so it's actually playing and not just sitting on the screen. Going to back to Anarlando. No, I mean, first I guess we'd have to go talk to Frampt. Frampt, you loser. So we could go fight Seath, so that way we could get crystal sorceries. Also, maybe a couple more level ups so I could actually use the Soul Spear. Because I don't think these souls will be enough to get to buy 13 levels. How much is one of these even worth? Yeah, no, I seriously doubt this will be enough to actually be able to afford 13 levels. Yeah, I need to eat at least 3 of them, and then obviously it's gonna go up, so we'll go with what we have for now. I suppose what I could do is I could go fight the Hydra so we could go save Dusk of Ulasil. So we could do some of the DLC bosses so that way I have more souls in my pocket to be able to buy levels, but I don't think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I was talking to someone about how I didn't know that this shortcut up here to the Four Kings existed. And they told me that, you know, it's like a fairly commonly known route, and it's like, I did not know that. I always wasted my time running through the Valley of the Drakes, you know, running past the 4 or 5 of them, just sitting in front of the gate to Milano, and then just leading all the dark raids on a merry chase. Because up until last stream, I did not know this led anywhere. I thought this was more or less just going to lead me directly to my doom. But the more you know, I guess. Thinking about it though, my title is kind of misleading because I don't think I would actually even kill Gwendolyn. I would probably just, you know, piss him off and then just never see him ever again. I don't recall that fight being a particularly fun one. And again, I don't know if I'm going to 100% the game by fighting all the bosses, so I watched a video, you know, that was describing how to basically handle the Four Kings fight pretty easily with sorceries, and every single video that I watched, all 2 of them, they had the homing crystal soul mass and not just the soul mass here. So it's like, maybe I should go fight Seath. Give up on being a Dark Wraith myself. Not particularly married to the idea anyway. Not like Koth will be upset and reject me if I don't join his covenant, you know? Off to a tremendous start. As you're probably aware, the past few days have been basically just like packed to the gills with various gaming shows. You know, Sony State of Play, the Microsoft, whatever the hell that's called, Direct, I guess. Summer Game Fest and all. The PC game show. I can't remember like a lot of hardly any of the trailers that were shown at most of these events. I remember the ones I'm interested in. Like, I remember that Summer Game Fest had a teaser trailer for Assassin's Creed. Why did I say Assassin's Creed? I meant Alien Isolation 2, which I think is just based off of the teaser trailer. You know, you can't really trust what teaser trailers actually show since they're, you know, just made up bullshit. But I recall thinking that I could be down with whatever they do with Alien Isolation. It kind of looks like, just based on like the environment and so on, they might be adapting the, you know, taking some stuff from the William Gibson Alien 3 script, where, you know, there's the alien and it more or less attacks like a monastery. Which I suppose you could argue is what Alien 3 really was, since that's kind of the same deal, except it's a prison instead of a monastery. But I recall seeing the trailer for that and thinking that was pretty good. There was, you know, there was the big one, Final Fantasy VII Revelations, which, yeah, I'll play that. I liked the Final Fantasy VII remakes. Let's move you slightly so I can... There's no possible way that'll backfire. Or I need to pause the game. I need to pause the game every time I alt-tab out. I need to stop wasting sorceries. Particularly when they're relatively decent ones. There was a thing in the Final Fantasy VII Revelations trailer that no one's really remarked on, but it was pointed out to me, so I sort of checked it out again, and I became aware of it. In the original Final Fantasy VII, there's a section of the game where Tifa, I think Barrett also, like, they get captured by Shinra. But the one of the main important things of the section is there's a slap fight between Tifa and Scarlet from Shinra. So that might be there, so that's exciting to learn. Should I just go give this to Framps, throw a bowl at his head, and move on with my life? Maybe if I go to Big Hat in Seat's lair, I can get like a better catalyst. I kind of wonder if they're going to keep the scene from original Final Fantasy VII where Cloud is, you know, in a wheelchair before he falls in the live stream. I can't imagine why they wouldn't, but you never know with remakes these days. They cut things all the time. Let's see, you got Final Fantasy VII Revelation, which is coming out on everything day and date with each other. So you don't have to wait an additional, like, year to get the Steam version of Revelation, so that's nice. There was the trailer for Resident Evil Veronica, which, I don't know, I didn't care for Code Veronica back when I played it, so I'll play it. I'll play this remake. You know, it's got Resident Evil in the name, so of course I'll give it a shot. I just am curious, though, why they changed the title to just Veronica. I also really hope that in the remake they keep Alfred Ashford's, like, high-pitched tittering laugh in the game. I don't know if they will, though. They'll probably change it. I kind of wonder if with Veronica, are they going to keep the implied incest between the Ashford twins? I kind of assume they will, but again, you never know. The storyline update for Street Fighter 6 with Alex was all just a test run to see if people would complain vehemently when Veronica comes out. Also, I really hope they keep Alexia as like a weird goo monster. Maybe if I had just like a slightly faster sorcery, it would have been easier. But you know what? We're just gonna go back to Anor Londo. It just occurred to me I never muted my phone. Whatever. I'm not talking to you, you idiot. I'm kind of surprised he's not here. Is it because I smacked him around a couple times? Could I still get in good with Koth, I wonder? I'm very tempted to kill you. No, my boyfriend needs you alive. What's even her name? We're going back to find her name so we can find the perfect chair for her.
Very auspicious. I pray trade. Have you heard of Seif? In legend, he became at the Regal Archives, but his very the archive now. It looms, but I should. What is it? What am I? If not, a gatekeeper.
Give me your name, damn it.
Bonfires attend. They are lit yet. If you require rest, that is. If you require rest, that is.
Whatever. I'll find a shitty little stool for you. Make you watch when we're with Gwendolyn. What a delightful mental image. Let's see, what was I talking about before I decided to go here and talk about putting what's her name in the cuck chair? It wasn't Final Fantasy. Right, Code Veronica. I think I mentioned it before, but it kind of surprised me how surprisingly down bad people got over Hunk holding a knife to Claire's throat. I mean, your social media and mine are probably wildly different, but there was a lot of women that I saw on my Twitter feed who were just like slip-sliding all over the place because of Hunk. It was just kind of surprising is all. I think it was also at the Summer Game Fest where they showed that trailer for the new Stellar Blade game, Blood Rain, where instead of what's her name, the protagonist from Stellar Blade, I didn't play it. Instead, you were playing as like a melee fist fighter character. I recall thinking that looked really good, though. I don't know if there was actual gameplay footage or if it was all just like pre-rendered, but I liked the, you know, the fist fighting combo stuff that, I don't know her name, the new character did, so I thought that was really good. I recall seeing people say that the girl from Blood Rain should be in Dead or Alive 7 of all things. Because, you know, you got Tifa in Street Fighter 6. I don't remember who everyone was talking about with Tekken 8. Guest character-wise, because I don't think... Maybe I'm projecting here. Maybe I don't think a lot of people are super jazzed or, you know, turned on by Bob being in the game. Who knows? Maybe that's your type. I can't pretend to know. Maybe you're excited for Bob Summer. Maybe you're really excited about the guy from Baki the Grappler being in Tekken 8 eventually. I can't pretend to know. I think it was nice of Bandai Namco to more or less tell me that there's absolutely no reason to buy the new Season Pass. Because it's $40 for 3 characters I don't like, and Kunimitsu. Come on. Come on, you. Let's see if I can get you stuck in the doorway. But yeah, there was the trailer for the new characters in Street Fighter 6. I know there's not really much to go on other than just like visuals. I'm kind of surprised no one's really talking about the character Yasmin from that new DLC. There are more people talking about Bosch finally being playable than there are people talking about Yasmin. Recently, I have been considering, you know, committing self-harm and just starting to play Street Fighter 6 again. Even though when last time I played it, I very nearly destroyed a fight stick. And I did not have a good time with it. Hence the almost breaking a controller. But part of me occasionally is just like, what if you tried playing the new, you know, new characters in Street Fighter 6? So far I managed to ignore that particular devil. So yeah, we got Stellar Blade, Blood Rain, Season Pass for Street Fighter 6, which was kind of a big whatever, Alien Isolation 2, which was a bigger whatever, but it's one I liked, so... Final Fantasy 7 Revelations, you know, that'll be good. I don't think they'll put out a bad game. I don't know if you ever read, like, you know, leak lists for games that'll totally be at the showcase. But I recall one of the things they were going to tease at Summer Games Fest, other than, you know, it's been there every single game festival ever since it came out, Bloodborne, of course. We're finally getting a PS5 version of Bloodborne. We're finally getting a PC port. Things like that. Which, you don't need me to tell you, we did not get. This might sound incredibly scummy, Rock player. I will give you my Discord if you give me a follow. But yeah, I typically stream around this time, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've been doing a bit more streams recently, but my typical streaming time is around this time on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Just to try to mix things up a bit, though, I'm thinking about changing my normal streaming hours to potentially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but I haven't really decided. Let's see. So there's Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, Alien Isolation 2. trying to remember if there was like any really big announcements that really took me off guard. There were a couple across these various game shows, but those were all like different shows altogether, not Game Fest, Summer Game Fest. I saw some of the stuff for the future game show. It was all more or less kind of just like co-op roguelike type of games. But they did announce a new DLC for Blasphemous, so I thought that was pretty exciting. Damn it. I recalled really liking Blasphemous 2. Maybe I should play that on stream one of these days, because I feel that game doesn't really get the attention I feel it deserves. I enjoy my edgy Metroidvania. But they announced the DLC, The Third Sin, which is, from the looks of it, you have a whip similar to the vampire killer from Castlevania. So, I saw some of the combat Come on, man. I saw some of the combat stuff they were showing off in the demo with the whip there, and it was very stylish. I thought I rested at the bonfire. Well, at least I should theoretically be able to just run directly back there without having to fight the big pigs again. Boars, that's what they're called. But yeah, the Blasphemous trailer was cool. I don't really remember offhand any of the other stuff they showed at the Future Game Show. You know, it was a lot of like indie, like roguelite. There was a bunch of gambling games, I saw that, but I didn't really like commit any of them to memory. I think the biggest one that I saw was the trailer for the upcoming game based on the Halloween movies. I sent you a message, Rock Player. Let's see. Yeah, there was the trailer for the Halloween game. I think in the Summer Game Fest, there was a teaser trailer for some new Dead by Daylight thing, which I think they're subtly teasing, what's his name? The spooky clown from It. You know the guy. I can't remember that guy's name for the life of me, and it's like the one thing anyone knows about it. But yeah, I think they were hinting that there's, he's gonna be in that. Which is kind of funny considering they just... did the, big teaser trailer for Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Shit. Give me just a quick second. I would need to do something. Be just one moment. Enjoy looking at the bonfire here. Is this not working? Pain in my ass. Oh. That would explain it. I forgot to unmute myself. But yes. I think... I'm trying to remember other stuff they showed at the future game show, but I can't remember it for the life of me. Why did it mute again? Damn it. Stop muting me, OBS. Let's see. There was Blasphemous, Halloween, which... whatever, that's Halloween. And... I can't remember anything else they showed. I think there was some 4-player action RPG called like Kingdoms of Avalon or something like that, which is King Arthur themed pseudo Diablo. What's it called? Like city builder kind of thing. I think also it might have been the PC gamer show that had it, but one of the two, I don't remember which show exactly, had a trailer for some new expansion for Vampire Survivors, which is kind of surprising they're still constantly making stuff for that, considering the game has been out for 6 years or so, and also they have vampire crawlers. You figure eventually they just sort of like stop making DLC for the game, but apparently not. Speaking of the PC Gamer Showcase, I cannot remember for the life of me most of the stuff they showed. Seriously? Oh, what the hell? Oh, for fuck's sake, OBS. What are you doing? How about now? Oh, I'm gonna be very annoyed if I've just been talking to no one but me in Audacity for the last 40 minutes. Seriously? There was nothing before. No, it must have been working. It must have been working. It got, this other fellow in chat who responded to some of the stuff I said aloud. I don't know if you're just fucking with me now. Why did I... Okay. I don't know why I put firebombs. Okay, I probably shouldn't have gone on the elevator because I was going to test something real quick. are you working now, though? You would think that since I've been doing this for over a month, I would know how to make my audio actually record. Oh, OBS, you stupid bastard of a program. I hate you. Just gonna go ahead and move that back. Okay, I do apologize if it seemed like I was just sitting here in dead silence the entire time. So is Audacity working then? Okay, good. Oh, OBS, why did you do this to me? I don't understand. I do apologize if it seems like I've just been sitting here in dead silence for nearly an hour, because I promise you, I have been talking the entire time. Apparently, I was just talking to thin air, though, so... God, now I'm annoyed. I want to go annul my merit to break up with my snake boyfriend now and just put a sword through his neck. That's the spirit of the season right there, isn't it? And you know the annoying thing is, I know for a fact that I have... Oh, for God's sake, you fucking crystal bastards. I hate you. I hate you so much. $48 minutes. 48 minutes where it's just in dead silence because OBS decided to go fuck on me and just have me in dead silence talking to myself about fucking Summer Game Fest and Street Fighter fucking 6. Technology is awful. We need to get rid of it. Just destroy it all. Let's go back to the 80s. Apparently that's what everyone wants these days anyway. Let's go back to the 80s. No more internet for anyone. Well, now I'm just really confused about this because okay. YouTube, you're not going to care. You're not going to care about this, YouTube. I've been talking for 48 minutes, completely muted apparently. There's been a man in my chat who's been responding to basically, like, most of the things I've been saying to him. Even though OBS apparently decided to stop recording my audio, so I don't know what's going on there. Also, we're fighting Steve because I want to get the homing crystal soul mask because a couple of videos I watched that showed how to fight the Four Kings easily with sorceries all had it. And also, I'm optimistic that I can get 13 levels for the souls so we can use the crystal spear. Also, I apologize if you hear the faint buzzing of my fan. Okay. I need to just not stand in the open, first off. That's step one of my winning strategy here. So, but I do wonder, with the teaser trailer they showed for Alien Isolation 2, I'm going back to Summer Game Fest, so I'm just going to repeat myself, it doesn't matter at this point. Oh god. Anyway, I do wonder with Alien Isolation 2 if they really are doing what I think they're doing and making an Alien game sort of based around the William Gibson Alien 3 script. With the, Alien on the Monastery. I think that'd be neat. I kind of hope that whatever they do with Alien Isolation 2, they sort of streamline it and kind of get rid of the, crafting mechanic. Like, I recall really liking Alien Isolation, but I didn't care for some of the blatant padding in the game. Toward the very end. Like, you could also argue that the Marlowe section was, just padding, since you're just exploring the derelict ship from the original movie. It was fan service padding, but it's still padding. With Final Fantasy VII Revelations, I kind of wonder how, if they're even going to put the Knights of the Round in it. I assume they will. But I wonder how that's going to work. I seem to recall reading a thing, like, shortly after the game came out, where one of the directors, or just like a developer on 7 Rebirth, he more or less just like apologized for some of the open world busy work sections of the game. So since Revelations is supposed to be bigger, with a bigger open world and all that, I kind of wonder how they're going to handle that. In addition to the Scarlet Tifa slap fight that I'm looking forward to, I'm also really looking forward to the raid on Midgar. I suppose I should have prefaced this with, these are all relative spoilers to Final Fantasy VII. I feel that the timer for spoilers for Final Fantasy VII has been reset slightly because of the remake trilogy. Not that I think spoilers should have a hard and fast time limit, but, Oh, for fuck's sake. That guy just, like, hit me once and I died. I can't even go visit my snake boyfriend to make myself feel better because he'll get mad at me because I've, broke the illusion. And we're not playing Dark Souls 3, so I can't see him getting... I can't see him getting taken by Aldrich just yet. As far as you're aware, I don't have a tab open just for Gwendolyn porn. I don't. Nah, I close my excess tabs. Or do I? But yeah, I wonder how they're gonna handle the Knights of the Round. I wonder if they're gonna keep the summon time for that as long as it used to be in the original version of the game. Probably not, right? Everyone is so impatient these days, they'd probably complain if there was the 5-minute summoning cutscene of all the Knights of the Round just showing up to kick an ass or two. No. No, I need you to come kill me. Oh, this isn't going well. Why did I think that would work? What on earth possessed me to think that was a good idea? I don't even know. Why do I even have like an unpopped kernel stuck to my teeth? I haven't had popcorn in like a day or two. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna try just running. How about that? It's gonna end badly, but what if... I didn't even get the sentence out of my mouth. I got 2 words in and I died instantly. I just need to take it slow. That's what I gotta do. I just gotta take it slowly. So yeah, what was at the PC game show? I'm trying to remember. There was some like some indie RPGs that like no one really cares about. I don't even remember what show the Mortal Shell 2 beta was announced at. It might have been Summer Game Fest, I don't remember. Incidentally, I downloaded the Mortal Shell 2 beta, despite the fact that I didn't care for the original. That beta is larger than some games I have installed on my computer. Somehow the Mortal Shell 2 beta is larger than 007 First Light. Did that guy walk off? I hope he walked off. One of the games I recall they showed like a release date and stuff for was Valor Mortis, which is a first-person Souls-like game set in the French Revolution, where there's magic and like Resident Evil freak monsters. There was also a demo announced for that, and wouldn't you know it, that's a lot smaller than 50 gigs. I'm starting to get the subtle impression that sorceries might not have been like fully made in the original Dark Souls. They had a bit to work out there. If I rage quit and played something else, I don't even know what I would play. It can't be Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is like 100 gigs and I don't have that installed. That would take forever. I might as well just keep playing this. because I don't think anyone really wants to see any of these other demos. I could do Mortal Shell and just lie and say, yeah, this is totally Dark Souls, what are you talking about? I don't think I even finished Mortal Shell 1 now that I think about it. I don't even know how far I got. There's some of these, you know, Souls-likes that I just played for like a few hours and it's just like, okay, I'm bouncing off of this. You know, you could probably say I didn't give him a fair shake, but I kinda don't care. Of course, this was back when I was able to actually just quit games and not feel bad that I'm upsetting some developer in, you know, California or wherever the hell ever that I'll never ever meet. Nowadays, I'll be having a miserable time of the game and I'll just keep going with it until I finish it seems. And then I'll have such a miserable time with it, I'll strongly consider playing the next game in the series. What are you doing installed on my hard drive, Pathfinder? I should really uninstall you. I am relatively proud of myself, though. Speaking of games that I don't like, that I've just played way too much of. I've managed to keep Diablo 4 uninstalled off of this computer for a few weeks now, so... The horrible, abusive relationship is finally ending. Why? Sterile. Like, I might be misremembering, but I seem to recall you have to take care of that golem there to get to Ulasil to do the DLC, but I might be wrong about that. I've only ever played the DLC once. I'm not gonna lie. And that was nearly 10 years ago. I suppose I could try to break out of jail. I could try to break out of level 2 Deep of Night jail. I could do it. I'm not going to, but I could. That was kind of funny how that guy just sort of rose majestically out of the floorboard. Like, they've announced a lot of stuff at the various game shows recently, you know, as you do. And it's like, I don't understand how people can piss and moan about the state of, you know, the state of releases. I was gonna say state of the industry, but no, I get that one. Everyone's gonna get fired from their jobs. The game show that actually surprised me the most was the Xbox game show, because they showed a lot of things that interest me in particular. like, they showed the trailer slash gameplay for Persona 4 Revival. They teased Persona 6. But to my immense surprise, they announced and showed stuff for Wolong 3. Which I never expected to see. I had it in my head that Wolong was like a bit of a financial dud. But surprisingly, they announced a new one. I know a lot of people like to rag on that game, but I thought that was one of the better Masocore RPGs. But then again, I'm easy to please, apparently. Oh yeah, at the I keep wanting to call it Game Awards. I also want to keep calling it Games Fests. The Summers Games Fest. But they showed a trailer for Monster Hunter Ascendance, Wild's Ascendance, which I think could be good because they showed Glavenus, and I don't recall him being in the base game, so we got him to look forward to. You know, I didn't play the oldest Monster Hunter, so the turtle guy is kind of a big whatever to me. But they showed Kushala Daora, and I've always enjoyed fighting that guy. Also, I think he has one of the better armor sets compared to a lot of the other monsters. You know who I hope makes it into Ascendance? Teostra. I always enjoy the Kaiser armor. I don't remember if Basil Geese was in Wilds or not. Shit. Get out of the way, floating book. Like, part of me wants to assume that he was, but that might just be because Basil Geese has been in, like, you know, he was in Worlds and then not Wilds, Rise. He showed up in 2 of the Monster Hunter Stories games. So it just sort of makes sense to me that he would be in Wilds as well. Oh, you bastard. I haven't checked because I don't have the game installed, but I do wonder if the summer cosmetics are available again. I want to see if the swimsuit costumes for Gemma and Alma are available again, or if that was a one-time only deal. But yeah, they showed, I think his name's like Lao Xiao Sung. I think that's the name of the turtle. You know, they showed the Good Kush and Glavenus. I'm pretty sure Odo Garen was already there, but I don't remember for sure. Despite putting nearly 100 hours into Wilds, I don't remember some of the monsters that showed up in the game. You know, you got Rathalos. I don't think anyone's surprised by that. Oh, this is gonna end badly. Why would you do this? Why would you do this, you fool? You're gonna get killed by a couple of crystal boys. It's just like the prophecy foretold, you're gonna get killed by some sparkly boys. I have no Estus. There is no reason to make Estus considering I'm about to lose them forever and never go back to that bonfire ever again. Who the fuck was that? Get out of the way! I'm really surprised at the showcases they didn't show anything for like Neo 3's DLC. I thought that was a shoo-in at the Sony event, but apparently not. Instead they announced Wolong 3, which I'm pretty happy about. I liked how grim, dark, and edgy Wolong was in comparison to, you know, like the basic Souls-likes, Neo. Wake up. Wow, he just died instantly. That guy's weaker than me. Okay, so we gotta go down. We gotta go down for Big Hat. We'll let that guy go. Also this guy. Fuck! I quit paying attention for like half a second. Gotta get Big Hat so I can buy homing crystal mass. Blah. Gonna have these guys on my tail the entire time because, well, that's why I decided to do things. These guys kind of remind me of the, oh, what are they called? The Phalanx demon. You know, I mean, it's very clearly not them since they got their squid heads, but they remind me of them somewhat. Yeah, this is probably a bad idea. Does magic work well on you, I wonder? Oh, right. One of the other things they showed at a Game Fest, I think, was a teaser for a new Gundam game, where for some reason people are speculating good and hard about who the pilot of the game is. You know, they assume it's going to be an established pilot and not just like a creative pilot or an OC for the game. Man, that guy just got sick of me, didn't he? You know, they announced that, and it's like, that looks cool. Apparently, people are belly aching because it looks like it might play similarly to an Armored Core game. Which, I don't understand why that's a bad thing, but, you know... I guess people didn't like Armored Core 6? Which, that doesn't sound right, but, you know... People on the internet have bad opinions all the time. Unfortunately, they're allowed to do such a thing. Why? Where did you come from even? You didn't even see me. Oh. You're pissing me off, guy. I need you to die. Where even the hell are my souls? Yeah, whatever. I only had like 1,400. I don't think we're really missing anything there. Let's see, I was just talking about how they showed some game at the PC Gamer show, I think. And I was relatively hyped for it, but I do not remember what it was. I let my mind drift slightly, so I forgot instantly what I was talking about. They announced Wolong 3 at the Xbox Showcase. What are some of the things they showed that I was actually interested in? It was kind of a barren show for me, because some of the Xbox stuff I just didn't really care about. You know, new Gears of War, okay, don't care. Remake of Halo 1, ditto that. There was a game that they showed that I was kind of interested in. It's called, like, The Magicians Deal with the Devil, or something like that. Deal with the Devil. But I just thought that looked kind of interesting because it's sort of like a parkour runner game, but it's got, like, you know, floaty magic bits. I think I recall reading somewhere that all these, you know, squid snakes are all women. Like, they're, victims of some experimentation of Seath. But I don't remember if that was true or what they would possibly have been experimented on for. Why Dark Souls? There's a treasure chest right there, even. It's gonna get to the point I'm gonna consider eating just some boss souls so that I can just buy quick and easy level ups that way. They patched it out, but I seem to recall being able to dupe items in this game. Just because you're lonely doesn't mean you get to experiment on women and turn them into snake squids. Even if it is hashtag relatable. the masculine urge to turn women into snake monstrosities. What was I talking about even? I let myself get distracted for like a fraction of a second, and I just forget instantly what I'm talking about. Do we use that key to save Big Hat? I don't remember. But yeah, I recall, I think I remember being able to duplicate items in Prepare to Die edition and the PS3 version at least. Basically what you would do is you would take like the core of an iron golem here. You would walk up to the bonfire, hit square to use it, and then just like mash to get into the bonfire. And you would still have the soul core, but you would also have the souls from, you know, from using the item. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I also sort of remember how to get, like, over 9,000 souls in Demon Souls. Which, again, I'm pretty sure they patched out in the remake. Take that, women! Well, this just isn't panning out very well, is it? There was some game... I'm gonna keep referencing the PC Game Show because apparently this is what I'm doing now. I'm referencing a show you probably didn't watch. That was this, tactical, like, a strategic RPG type game where basically you have, like, your group of dysfunctional minions who, you know, swear and die bloodily in various cartoony ways. Normally that sort of stuff just sort of annoys me because, you know, swearing is not a sense of humor. But I recall watching it and thinking it was pretty decent looking. Of course, that just might be due to the low standards of there's precious little in the way of strategy RPGs. But yeah, let's see. You got it at the Xbox show, you had Gears of War, Halo, Minecraft Legends, which is another one of these action RPG type of games. I recall playing the first one, but not particularly caring for it. It was kind of, you know, baby's first Diablo clone. You should drop more humanities. Well, no, I don't like that. They make me feel like I'm doing something wrong by killing them. I'm just killing you for no good reason, just because I want to harvest your souls and to save my man Big Hat. Don't make it weird.
Hello again. What a chance meeting this is. Alas, I'm in prison once again. I don't suppose you could stage me again. The archives. Such a storehouse.
Okay, so where's your key then?
I can reach. The thought offends me, so I could simply die. As a student of the arts, you understand me?
I wonder
Hello again.
how weak Seath is to magic. Sorceries. Because we're almost at Seath, so I guess we're going to find out one way or the other. I keep doing it. I know it's never going to work, but I'm just going to keep wasting spell slots to keep trying. It's not at all a productive use of my limited resources, but by golly, that's what I'm going to do. Just keep shooting a wall. You can't prove I was panicking. So yeah, you got, Clockwork Revolution, which is, I think, an action RPG from the In Exile guys. The developers who made Wastelands 2 and 3, and the newer The Bard's Tales. Not that anyone played those. It looks kind of Borderlands-y, but it's like, you know, a steampunk game. I guess Cobra Head here decided he was tired of waiting his turn. Her turn? Yeah, I guess it's her turn. Gotta assume it's Lady Snake because it's got the snitties. Chat, let me ask you this. Real talk here. I'll take this to my grave if you answer me this question. Would you fuck a snake woman? I would. Who can resist the allure, the sexy sliver of a snake woman? Like, it's not even down to, like, excess horniness or anything like that. I do it just for the experience. Bragging rights, you know? Then again, thinking about it, is there basically, like, any fantasy race you wouldn't consider having a go with? What's the limit here for you? Where do you draw the line? suppose I'd probably draw the line as some sort of, like, bug woman. Or bug man, even. I'm inclusive. I would refuse to have sex with a bug man. There is this artist that I follow who's unfortunately seems to have more or less fallen to, fallen to the side of evil. He, would do, like, a lot of, CG animated stuff. But recently, his output has been nothing but, like, Guro stuff. And it's like, that's the one I'm not into. And it's like, you were such a good artist, why would you start doing this? I suppose it probably just comes down to that's what makes him Randy, but it's not what he wants, it's what I want. How did I not wipe out that ledge? I can only assume my character decided she was sick of my conversational topic and decided to just kill herself. That was a Sharpie, by the way, that I dropped. Oh, come on. Somehow the curvature of the walls is just pushing me off. Of course, they're given snake women breasts, so it's like, would snake men have a snake dong? I can only assume that would be the case. Thank you. To quickly change the subject, because I don't think you want to keep talking about this, I kind of want to buy a Switch 2 just so I can play the new Hyrule Warriors game. Yes, I need more attunement slots. Give me more. It is part of their formal attire, regardless of rank. It turns out that you're not supposed to just go into combat with just a regular-ass robe. Who'd have thought? Snong. Ah, that's great. I can only assume, though, like I said, since there are artists who give them, regular breasts, that they also just give them, they give the male snakes the snong. Well, not going that way, obviously, because it's a dead end. Where is a bonfire? I'm tired of all these these guys with their crystal swords. I'm gonna bravely and heroically run away. There's no possible way this can end badly for me. Shit. Fucking damn it. There is a trailer for a new DLC for Vampire Survivors, right? I don't remember what it's called. I think it might have been called, like, Curse of the Blood Moon or something like that. But there's characters in the expansion who are, like, such and such Blood Moon. The only character I remember is Ash Tart, but that's irrelevant. There's, like, the first character they show is this, like, red-armored vampire woman. And it's like, I know that it's not the sort of game, but it's like, Vampire Survivors, tell me more about her. Tell me more about the evil redhead. But, of course, you know, again, it's not that type of game, so there's gonna be naught but, like, fan canon. I wonder if I block this guy, if I'll lose his follow. We're slightly under halfway there, so eventually I'm going to see if I can stay affiliate with, you know, having blocked most of my followers. I've more or less decided to engage in the strategy of I'm going to use these people to pad my numbers slightly. Don't tell Twitch. These people are constantly going on about how they need/want my Instagram or Discord, and it's like, okay, tell you what. You people keep asking for this. Give me a follow, I'll give it to you. I need you to ignore the fact that you could probably very easily guess my Discord or my Instagram. But I'm tired of the bots and the scam bots just being like, give Discord. And it's like, give me a follow, you worthless bastard. Is there even a treasure chest there? I forgot the word treasure chest. I know no one in this chat probably cares about it, but I read information about Magic the Gathering going forward, how half of the sets every year are going to be Universe Beyond sets. You know, we're going to get more like The Hobbit or Marvel or whatever. And I just got very depressed over that because it's like, I'm already taking a bit of a break from Magic just because I don't agree with most of the sets that are coming out this year. I really don't like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I didn't buy any of it. I bought Secrets of Strixhaven because I like Strixhaven, but like Avatar, I bought basically none. Ninja Turtles, less than none. I somehow bought negative packs. Which reminds me of a funny thing that I saw. There was a picture on a Reddit, I think, where someone had like taken a picture of damages at a game store where people broke in and stole a bunch of merch, except for the Spider-Man Magic the Gathering cards. So they're committing grand larceny by stealing a bunch of shit, committing their B&Es, but Spider-Man's where they drew the line. But you know, you got 7 sets coming out this year, half of which are Universe Beyond, and it's like, I can't do it. I can't spend money on this. Which is a shame because I really like Magic, but I just don't want to buy, you know, I don't want to buy the Avengers. I don't want to buy Captain James T. Kirk. So the only Universe Beyond set I'm even passively interested in is The Hobbit. You know, which you could argue that's because it's more or less just like fantasy themed, so it's closer in tone to Magic the Gathering. There's probably going to be like 1 or 2 cards I'll buy from the Marvel superhero set, but it's like, I'm not buying boxes, I'm not buying packs. I'm not going to buy packs or boxes of Star Trek. Unless there's stuff that just like really, you know, blows me away. I occasionally have the thought of, I wonder how much I could get if I sold my collection. You know, back when it was worth something. But nowadays it's like, I wonder how much I could get for my collection because I am not a fan of what's going on with Magic. You gotta eventually call it somewhere, you know? I probably won't actually quit Magic, I'll probably keep playing it. Maybe not like physical Magic, because, you know, the closest place that I can play FNMs at is like 40 miles away. And with gas prices being the way they are, who the hell can afford it? Plus, there's also just the general cost of Magic products in general. Everything costs, you know, an arm and a leg these days. What is the blue Titanite chunks for? I don't remember. Magic. Magic, magic, magic. Or enchanted. Do I have magic weapons? I don't think I have magic weapons. Oh wait, no, I got that. The one thing I specifically ground for, and I'm not even using it. Well, I'm curious how well this will do against everybody. Gonna go attack everyone with my big sounding fork. I am highly amused with myself. It's a shame that Lorwyn, you know, sold out as quickly as it did, because I really liked Lorwyn. I wanted to buy more of it, but, you know, stores got their, like, their 3 shipments worth, and then that was it. And now it's like, and now we're off to Ninja Turtles. Please, for the love of God, buy Ninja Turtles. No one's buying it. Like, I know they'll never actually say why, but I do wonder why they pick some of the franchises they do for, you know, crossover. What about Doctor Who was worth crossing over Magic the Gathering? What in Star Trek made that worthwhile? So this is probably good for Magic, right? Now. Ready to face the day. I know we'll never get to know the ins and outs of why corporations do what they do, but it's like, I just wonder what was about Warhammer, Fallout, Star Trek, so on, where they were just like, yes, this. Because, you know, Lord of the Rings, you can at least make the excuse that, you know, it's basically like the fantasy thing. So it kind of makes sense that they would cross over with that. Kinda, sorta. But then again, this whole thing started when they crossed over with The Walking Dead of all franchises, so it's like, who the hell even knows why? It wasn't the first, like, Universe Beyond set, but it was, like, the very first Universe Beyond cards. The Walking Dead. Like, I recall at the time people getting really, you know, hungry for Rick Steadfast Leader, because he is more or less just like a good, like, combo piece for human-based commander decks. Commander, in case you didn't know, is a 100-card format where you make a deck that has 100 cards, where except for your basic lands, you can only have one of each card in there. So if you had a card called, like, Paths to Exile, for instance, you could only have that one. You couldn't have another Path to Exile. You know, you can only have a Shivan Dragon. And the thing about Commander is you have, like, a legendary creature be the more or less like the boss monster of your deck. The face card, if you will. And you have to build around the restrictions of, you know, whatever colors your commander is. So if you're playing a blue-black commander, you can only have blue or black cards in your deck. Can I kill them and harvest more Moonlight Butterfly Souls, I wonder? despite my complaining about Universes Beyond, 3 of my commander decks are all based around the Universe Beyond properties. I have a... From Lord of the Rings, I have a Saruman deck. I have a Alexios from Assassin's Creed commander deck. And I have a Karlach deck from Baldur's Gate 3. I also have, you know, non-Universe Beyond commanders. My favorite deck is a deck called Hezazon Shaper of Sand, where he relies on desert-based land cards. Well, that was a fine use of a humanity. Hezazon is more or less built around a mechanic in the game called landfall, where whenever a land enters on your side of the field, he gets an effect. I think it's only deserts, but his effect is if you play a land, he gets to create 2 like 1/1 soldier tokens, so he can repopulate the board really quickly. I think it's just landfall. It might just be deserts though. There was this one time, it was years ago at this point, I was playing Commander with just some guys that I didn't really know. And it's a 4-player game. You know, typical Magic is a one-on-one. But, you know, Commander is a, you know, minimum 2-player, but you can do like 4, 6, up to 10, up to however many players you really want type of game. Incidentally, you should never ever play a Commander game that involves 6 players. That will take forever and you will be there for a whole day in just one game. But can I make this? Am I gonna just fall and die? Okay. I was feeling paranoid. But the guy to my right, because it's the turn order starts, you know, with the player who wins either the dice roll or just is agreed upon to go first. Alright. And then it goes clockwise. The guy to my right, he played a card, I don't remember what it's called, but basically the effect of the card was you had to, like, bounce a land back into your hand. So I never ever targeted him because his deck basically accidentally was fueling mine. You know, eventually the game's got to end and betrayals will happen, but, you know, he was my strongest ally just because of the fact that he played a card that greatly benefited me even though he didn't realize it was going to. I think it's Shaper of Sand that I was playing, because it wasn't regular Hezazon Tamar, because I seem to recall Shaper of Sand being a slightly better card. But yeah, I also loaded up my commander deck. Yeah, it's pretty good. How are you, Olivia? I'm currently going to go fight Cease because I need better sorceries. Oh, I'm doing good. You, caught me mid-rambling tangent about, Magic the Gathering, but I'm doing pretty good. I was getting a bit salty earlier, but I've calmed down more or less. Where even... I don't know where I'm supposed to go now. I guess that's why they give me Prism Stones. I'll take it. And not to sound cliche, but right back at ya. Yeah, I'm off today, so I decided to stream for a bit. But, typically I do stream, Tuesday, Tuesday evenings, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, there's a way I need to go somewhere here, I just don't remember where. I think I need to go back. I think this is the first time I've ever actually even really used the Prism Stones. Usually I just, like, run and hope for the best. Awesome, I appreciate it. I appreciate the follow. Was I seriously this close to Seath the whole time? Aw. I'm kinda at a loss for words because I don't want to try to make it weird. But I do truly appreciate it. I need these guys to leave me alone, though. I don't really know what sort of stuff you stream, but I dropped you a follow as well. Oh no, they came in through the gate with me. Recently I've been playing a lot of, not really anything competitive other than, like, Magic Arena. I used to play, like, Overwatch and things like that, but I haven't played that in a while. I'm probably horribly out of practice. I kind of want to get back into, shooters, but I just haven't really made the effort. I'm pretty much just like a story single-player guy. Primarily because I keep odd hours, so all my friends are normally asleep around this time, so can't really play with them. How about you? Okay, so I don't think the spear was worthwhile. I might go back to the Seath sword. Not Seath. Why did I say Seath? Clag sword. I am presently in the central time zone. Oh, nice. A lot of my friends are into that game too. It's just that I find without people to actually play with that I don't really get much enjoyment out of them. Nice. It's been a while. I've been to Portland before. I have played those, but this was, you know, long before I ever started streaming. I'm considering doing the rest of them, though. Nice. Yeah, no, I think I'm decent at them, but I'm not, like, super great at Souls games. I keep trying to push... I keep pushing the left analog stick to try to sprint, but this isn't Night Rain. Come on, take a swing. Take a swing at me. In a Valorant or something else. Either way, I am absolutely down to try to play someday with you. No. Wrong item. Oh, like I said, I don't really play many competitive games. The last thing I used to play was Overwatch like 10 years ago. Actually, that's a lie. I played Marvel Rivals. Well, maybe not 10 years. It might have been... It's been a long time, though. Please give me just a quick second here. I need to position myself in such a way that I don't die instantly. Because I know as soon as I like alt-tab away, he's gonna do something to get me. Like I said, it might be just a minute, but, yeah, if you ever wanted to, play, like, Marvel Rivals, I'm willing to give that a shot again. Or Valorant, or whatever. I'm pretty easygoing. I'm willing to try most games these days. Maybe you need to start two-handing this. Maybe then he'll start taking actual damage. I'm half tempted to throw the fight, believe it or not, just so I can respond to that. Shit. That wasn't intentional, believe it or not. So yeah, sorry about that. My, OBS just... I don't know why it keeps muting me. Yeah, I just sent that a minute ago. Well, I wonder if I was muted for longer than that. That's gonna be embarrassing if I were. Yeah, for some reason my internet wasn't wanting to cooperate, and so I had to reload it a couple of times. Well, that was a smart move. I'm trying to force myself to be a bit more of a, a talker that way, because no one wants to just hear someone just play a game in dead silence. But typically I'm not a very talkative individual. I'm trying to be better about it, though. Gonna try to beat Seath one more time, and then I will hop off here and get either Valorant or Rivals. Because I don't think I should try to run like 4 separate internet-based things all in one go. Eventually something will start dying. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Hang on just a quick second. Enjoy OBS muting me while I alt-tab away for a quick sec. Oh yeah, you know it. Total yap beast over here. Let's see. 30 viewers. Okie dokie. Sorry. Yeah. Going back to fight Seath. Because I couldn't figure out how to mute Discord, so the notifications are probably just going to keep coming through. I don't know how close I was to chopping off Seath's tail. I like to think I was pretty close to that. Am I going to have him destroy that crystal again? I like having him destroy his own crystal just because I enjoy him getting stun locked for a second. I enjoy him realizing how badly he messed up. Yep, there it is. I could have sworn stuff actually stayed destroyed in this game, but apparently not. Gonna unequip those, or not, because the game decided I was lying. Come on, Seeds, get over here, try to kill me. Okay, he's clearly not going to indulge me, so we'll just blow it up ourselves. Come on, man. Seeds, play nice. I need you to play nice and just die for me. I suppose now that I think about it, Dead by Daylight is probably a competitive game, isn't it? But do I really want to play Dead by Daylight? Is that really how I want to live my life? I shouldn't have said that part out loud. I should have kept that inside. Stop turning. Stand still. Stand still, you naughty boy. Alright. I was gonna try to cut off his tail, but he is just not having it. There was a game that came out, 30 odd years ago for the PlayStation 1 called Kingsfield. There was in Kingsfield 2, which when it released in America is just called Kingsfield. There are two gods that are in the game. The evil god Gyra and the god of light, Seath. So, I always thought it was kind of like a fun little Easter egg, kinda. I don't think that Seath in Kingsfield is the same Seath as Seath the Scaleless. But I always kind of just wondered if it might have been, if, Miyazaki or whoever at FromSoft was less like, we're referencing our own stuff. The god Seath is Seath. I don't think Seath even shows up in Kingsfield. I think you just find, like, lore books about him. Expository text that's just like, yeah, God of Light, Seath, Gyra, evil. You should probably go kick Gyra's ass, that sort of thing. Oh, come on. I assume it's gonna just mute again. Now I'm just sort of paranoid. I don't know if you're still there, but I'm starting to be filled with certain amounts of doubt. You know? No, you must meet Seath, because if I recall, in Kingsfield 2, Seath is the one that gives you the Sword of Moonlight. Because it was just called that, and not like the Moonlight Greatsword or anything like that. But, again, this was a game from, like, 94, 96. So, it's like... they weren't doing big elaborate world building. Within a second, see. I know that there's going to be no reason to even try sorceries, so it makes you wonder why I'm even bothering pretending to be a sorcerer anymore. I'm LARPing in the old school definition of it. I feel I'm letting myself get distracted here. I'm focusing too much on other things. I need to focus. I need to focus here. I also don't want to play Valorant or Marvel Rivals, but I'm going to install one of them. I'm going to install one of them just because I'm easily impressed because a girl? You're almost 40. Isn't it time to quit acting like a teenager this way? Yeah, probably. But you don't understand, I'm getting paid attention. I'm getting paid attention by people who theoretically want to actually interact with me. And I don't have to pay for it. That's kind of a dramatic way to phrase it, but I don't care. I'm approaching my... I'm starting to get to the point where I'm starting to die because of the heat, and so I've more or less got no filter anymore. I need to move the fan so it's closer to me. I don't even know what Discord is. What's even the point of it? Then again, I don't really know what the point of Instagram is either, but I got one of them. Now I'm just being an old man complaining about things. I should focus on something else. I could tell you more about Hazazon Tamar, for instance. Did you know that the original Hazazon Tamar, if you wanted like an English printing of it, you know, regardless of when it was printed, an official English printing will run you like $4,000, whereas an Italian version will run you like $900. Not even 900. I think I bought mine for like less than 100. It was a remarkable discount compared to the English version, the English printing. But then again, he was a Legends card, so I guess that's why he costs so much. Sake. I'm just like stun locked for too long that by the time I realize I'm stuck, that I'm unstuck, I'm going to die. Oh, and I'm cursed now. How'd that happen? Oh wait, no, I think I got Purging Stones, so I don't think this will even be an issue. Unless I don't. Can this... What even... I don't know what this area is called. Wait, hang on. No, I think I have a sorcery of some description. A magic that'll make it so I can cure curse. No, I don't have that either. Can I even work back here if I leave? Or am I gonna have to run all the way through Anne Orlando again? I think I'm just gonna go try to kill Seath again. I mean, then again, to be equal opportunity pathetic, I would probably be acting the same way if it was, you know, some boy talking to me this way. I'm an equal opportunity pathetic individual. Ladies, gentlemen, my DMs are open. If you want to lower your standards and go with all this. That's an amusing thought that I had that I probably shouldn't actually say. I can be your Pride Month regret. Yeah, that's it. I can totally listen to younger people read me the riot act about how I'm being problematic because I called a guy a femboy once. I think I chose the wrong shirt, by the way. I'm dying. I'm dying in the heat. How you doing? Okay. Sorry, I had to see how my computer was doing heat-wise. There we go. I'm trying to remember why I was even really talking about Commander. I know I was complaining about Universe Beyond sets in general, you know, just cannibalizing Standard that way. But why the hell did I start talking about Commander of all things? Well, I suppose we'll find out if I can just teleport back here. I really don't know how I got cursed. Okay, yeah. So I think I need to eat a couple souls so I can go to Ingui. So I can get Purging Stone. And then we'll go back, kill Seath, dance on his corpse a little. Oh, why'd I do that? Oh, right, I know why I did that. Wait, no. Shit, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, so, here was the plan. It was a great plan. You would have loved it. I was going to go, you know, up there, buy the Purging Stone, and then just kill myself. So that way we would have just teleported directly back to the Duke's Archive. It made perfect sense to me. Unfortunately, now we have to go through all these ghosts. Where the hell even is the ladder? Okay. I think I might have messed up by going this way. How do I not have Purging Stones? That's what I want to know. I could have sworn that they dropped like one or two of them just so that way you could actually fight your way through here. This? Dang it. I thought that would work. So I don't think going human will deal with a curse, right? I think I'm in it for the long haul here. So yeah, gonna have to run back to Ingui, Purging Stone, either Homeward Bone or just die, go back to Duke's Archive, kill Seath, something. I don't know why I even bother trying to make plans for what I'm gonna do in these streams, because it almost never pans out for me. Like, I'll get to the Four Kings, and then I'll just, I don't know, die, I guess. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we're good here. I know that ladder goes down to closer to the entrance here. I panicked for a second because I thought I was approaching the edge. I forgot to jump because I'm a big smart man. No! I'm gonna call it here. Please like, favorite, leave a comment, give a follow. We're now over halfway to affiliate, so we got that going for us. Please give a follow on Twitch, like and subscribe on YouTube. I don't think I'm gonna really do much grinding off stream. I might just go fight my way back to Ingwe so I can buy a purging stone. I don't know. I might say that for you guys so that way you can experience the thrill and excitement. I hope you had a good time. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope you have a good day, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is for you.